Alright, here we go. I've been pretty excited about this new idea I came up with for videos. I've been kind of having a hard time coming up with new ideas for the channel. I feel like I'm just putting out mail day after mail day. But today I have a new idea, and I want to start this one up and do these, do a couple of these a week, and then also want to bring back cards and stories. That's something I did a few of, I think back in the spring, and it received pretty positive comments from my subscribers and viewers. But this new series of videos is going to focus on underrated and overrated cards, mainly PSA slab cards. So what I did was some research, and the two cards I picked to compare were two very cool cards from 1989. The Griffey Star Rookie PSA 10, which has increased in price over the past year since he was inducted last July along with Piazza. But and the other one is another great looking card, and this is the Donruss one, 1989 Donruss Griffey PSA 10. So the way I'm going to compare these two, and I'm not saying this card is overrated, I'm saying this card is underrated. So I think this card is very underrated for what it sells for, and here's why. So this is how you read a PSA pop report sheet. The grades go from the left to the right, which obviously, but like this is the number this is the amount of PSA 10s that are the amount of cards that have been slabbed PSA 10. So there's 2,775 of the Star Rookie Griffey graded 10 out of 62,830. So that's a 4.42. That's the odds of you getting a 10 if you send in, pretty much. So 4.42%, which is very low for PSA cards. So this is how you read the sheet. It's pretty self-explanatory. Like, that's the 10s, 9s, 8s, 7s, 6, 5, etc. And then the Q and the plus. The Q is qualifier, so if it's like off-centered or miscut. And then the pluses are when it's in between. So for this one, it'd be like 8 5s, 7 5s. But this is kind of what I like to look at when I'm deciding to spend money on a card, and I want to see, is it that tough to get a 10? Could I just buy it raw and possibly send in and try to do it that way? It's a lot cheaper. But when cards are this low in a pop, you're almost better off just buying them already graded. It's going to be tough. Most of the cards have been looked through, and the ones that aren't graded out mint or don't look good to the person buying them or that owns them is going to have those listed for the most part. So this is why I think the Donruss is very underrated. Okay, so there's 2,775. So just think of this card as having a serial number of that on it, and it's been selling for $350 to $450 in the past 2 months, which is solid for that card. It's probably the highest it's been in a while. Now, here is the Donruss. So I'm comparing these two numbers. There's 1,274 of that compared to 2,775 of the upper deck. Now, the reason I'm trying to make my point here is there's half as many Donruss PSA 10s as upper deck, but yet it sells for a fraction of the price, almost like 1/10. Not quite that bad, but you're paying probably like 9 times more for this one on average. So the Donruss is also at 4.78%, so right in line with the upper deck. It's not an easy set. It never has. Even if you buy a freshly sealed wax, the odds are it's going to be off-centered, miscut, wax on the back of the card, all these things to look out for. Dented corner, print dots. So that's basically what I wanted to show you guys. So I think the Donruss 89 Griffey is a very, very underrated card for how tough it is to grade out at 10 and for how low it sells compared to the upper deck. And I'll do some more of these in the future, but these are two awesome cards. I just think this card is bound to go up in the future. That's just my prediction, just from reading the pop. So, thanks guys.